The story of Tantalus and his gruesome act of killing his son for the consumption of the gods is a dark and cautionary tale from Greek mythology. It serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of hubris and impiety. Tantalus was a mortal king renowned for his wealth and connections to the gods. He was a favored guest among the Olympian deities and often invited them to banquets and feasts at his palace. However, his arrogance and overconfidence grew to staggering proportions. Tantalus began to believe that he could deceive the gods and test their omniscience. One fateful day, Tantalus hatched a horrifying plan to serve as a test of the gods' divine knowledge. He invited Zeus, the king of the gods, along with other deities, to a sumptuous banquet at his palace. As a token of his audacity, Tantalus decided to serve them a dish that would challenge their omniscience, the flesh of his own son, Pelops. In secret, Tantalus slew his young son and prepared a feast that included the flesh of Pelops. He believed that if the gods were truly all-knowing, they would recognize the horrific deed and refuse to partake in the meal. However, he underestimated the cunning of the divine. Zeus and the gods arrived at Tantalus's banquet, and the feast began. Despite their divine nature, the gods did not immediately recognize the vile nature of the dish placed before them. Demeter, consumed by grief over the loss of her daughter Persephone, was distracted and absent-mindedly ate a piece of Pelops' flesh. Demeter in particular was deeply affected. As a mother who had lost her daughter Persephone, she was overcome with grief and anger. The realization that she had consumed the flesh of an innocent child, even unknowingly, filled her with a profound sense of guilt and remorse. This guilt and grief caused her to temporarily lose her divine composure. The other gods, too, were horrified by the betrayal and sacrilege they had unknowingly been a part of. Their wrath was directed not only at Tantalus, but also at themselves for being deceived. The betrayal of hospitality was a grave offense in ancient Greece, and the gods took it very seriously. The madness and fury that overcame the gods were immense. In their anger, they punished Tantalus, as mentioned earlier, with his eternal torment in the underworld. This punishment was intended not only to penalize Tantalus for his crimes. Zeus devised a punishment that would not only fit the crime, but also serve as a lasting reminder of the consequences of such a horrific act. Tantalus's punishment was designed to be both physically and psychologically torturous. Zeus sentenced him to an eternity of suffering in the underworld, where he would be subjected to the following torment: eternal hunger and thirst. Tantalus was placed in a deep pool of water, but no matter how hard he tried to drink, the water would recede whenever he bent down to reach it. Similarly, delicious fruits hung from branches above him, but as he reached for them, they would rise just out of his grasp. Tantalus was forever tantalized by the sight of food and water that he could never consume. Inescapable frustration. The punishment played on the idea of frustration and unfulfilled desires. Tantalus was forever tormented by the nearness of sustenance that he could never obtain. This served as a cruel reminder of the consequences of his crimes and the arrogance he had shown in attempting to deceive the gods. Symbolic repercussions. Tantalus's torment symbolized the eternal nature of his suffering, mirroring the eternal nature of the gods themselves. It served as a warning to mortals about the consequences of challenging the divine order and betraying the trust of the gods. Zeus, in his role as the ultimate arbiter of justice among the gods, ensured that Tantalus would be made to pay for his hubris and cruelty for all eternity. This punishment not only highlighted the severity of Tantalus's crime, but also served as a moral lesson in Greek mythology, reminding mortals of the importance of piety and respect toward the gods. The story of Tantalus holds within its dark and cautionary narrative a profound lesson that resonates across time: the consequences of hubris and betrayal. Tantalus's audacious act of killing his own son and serving his flesh to the gods at a banquet is a stark reminder that arrogance, deceit, and a lack of reverence, especially toward higher powers, can lead to our ultimate downfall. In our lives, it teaches us the invaluable importance of humility, gratitude, and respect, not just towards the divine, but also in our interactions with others. This ancient tale underscores that our choices have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only our own fates, but also those of others. By heeding the lessons of Tantalus, we are reminded to embrace a sense of humility, acknowledging the blessings we receive and the authority figures in our lives. And as we explore the depths of mythology on this channel, we extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our new subscribers, who enrich our community with their presence. Thank you for choosing to be part of this journey. And we encourage you to like, share, and engage with fellow enthusiasts who share our passion for these timeless stories and legends. Together we can continue to uncover the enduring wisdom and captivating narratives that mythology offers to the world.